but this is break it down. So we're sipping up.
Okay, cool. Now we're gonna talk beatbox.
Yeah.
And with us here we have Mattias Norgren today.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Nice to have you here.
Thank
so
you.
if I want to start beatbox, how do I do? How do I start it out?
What I usually tell people is to start with 3 simple sounds. It's the kick, it's the snare, and the hi-hat. Because if you learn these 3, you can do any beat, like any beat in the world. It doesn't matter what time it is or whatever. It's just you can create anything with those. And I mean, there's a whole lot of sounds out there, and I mean, many people are kind of freaked out by, wow, how am I ever supposed to learn this? I mean, I can't do it. But if you simplify it and narrow it down to the 3 sounds, well, kick, snare, and then the hi-hat. Or you can do the, what I call the hip-hop snare, which is like, or with the reverb.
So it's sort of like your mouth is getting a flat tire. It's like
Yeah, you almost. Well, if we're taking the details, I fill my cheek with air because I need to save air in my lungs, but I still need to have that like high pressure from my mouth. It's really weird to talk about this, but it sounds kind of dirty, doesn't it? But you fill it up with air in your cheek, so you go like.
it's like a pop sound almost.
Yeah, almost like it sounds like pretty much like a pop or a high compressed fart, like. Yeah. So when you do that, because you need to, you cannot have too much tension, because if you do that, it will sound like a snare. So if you do like, and some people actually do kicks in the front as well. So if you move the sound to the front, it's more like. But I prefer it. And then when you do a snare, you do it actually in the front. So. You want to battle? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Bring it on.
Yeah, but he had something in his hand when he did that.
Nah, I didn't.
How did you get into beatboxing?
Well, when I was in 8th grade, and I don't know what they call it, but I think it's primary school. So there was this substitute teacher who showed me he actually had a CD. This was before YouTube. So he showed me like these different tracks with different stuff like throat singing, and there was something else, and then it was beatboxing, and it was the beatboxer called Russell, or as he calls himself, Russell, the godfather of noise. Yeah, I mean that type of deal. Yeah, and I was blown away. I was amazed by it, and it's still a source of inspiration. I mean, it's the first thing I ever heard, and I still kind of practice what he does, and I really enjoy his beatboxing.
As a beatboxer,
Yeah,
or a beatboxician, you don't really have any instruments other than your body.
No.
And in the chain from you to the audience, I guess you need a microphone.
Yeah, sure.
So what specific characteristics in a microphone are you looking for?
Well, it needs to handle a lot of spitting. That's first. It cannot break for like me spitting in the microphone. That's the first. And then if we could come to the material thing, and it needs to have a good grasp on it. It need to have a good feeling to it. So. Because I do things that many singers think is taboo, like first of all, like a cupping. Well, I don't know what to call it, but cupping the microphone like this. They say like no, you can't do that. And also, if you look at it like if you like in the mix, low cut is always off. I mean, usually when a singer is singing, it's on, but in my case, it's off. That's
because you need the range all the way down to the bottom.
I need the full range. Yeah, so I work in the really high spectrum with like the scratches and the snares and the hip hop and stuff like that. like really up there, and then also, and to capture that, I need a microphone that actually can handle the whole spectrum. And also, if the PA system really goes like from the top to the sub, I mean, then it's really good. Then I enjoy myself a lot.
Cool. I know you are. I mean, these are type of like hip hop styly sounds that you
Yeah,
have been showing us
sure.
right now.
Yeah.
But you also do a lot of other genres of music. Tell us a little bit about the challenge or challenges that you get with doing rock music and
Well,
whatever.
for example, yeah. I mean, I did this show called the Polar Music Prize, and Metallica was nominated, and also they won, along with a Afghanistan school. So that was really cool. But then we had to do it in a really odd setting. We played Metallica songs, and Metallica songs involves like double bass drumming, and yeah, double bass drumming, one mouth. Like that's a bit of a challenge, and that I had to work hard on that, and also not just create the sound. I mean, but also it had to fit into the setting. We had this I had a quartet with the strings, and it was it's called a canoe. It's a Japanese, like it looks like a huge boat with a whole lot of strings on it. It sounds really cool. And we in that setting, I really need to like adjust my sounds, but also perform double pedal wise. I don't know. So I was really
Double lipping.
double lip. Yeah, we'll stick with double lipping.
Okay. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
coming. Really nice to check out what you're doing.
Well, thank you for having me.